Boss man, Timinka. That Timinka na. Hello?
Yeah, we are live, Kweku. We are live. I can hear you. Welcome, everyone. This is another edition of your favorite sports program, Sports Arena. And we are live on YouTube. We are also live on www.NUGS-CHINA.com. My name is Derek Apia, your host. And joining me today are Mr. Kweku today, Mr. Hayford, Suman, popularly known as Kweku today. George Entry is also, and there is also Felix Marfo, Vincent Intimisa, and Martin Dakwa, who are going to join us as the show progresses. Yesterday, we came your way live and we brought to you the pre-game discussion of the game between France and England, the third place game of the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Today, we are here again and we are going to bring you the latest from the world of foreign news, the latest from the local side, and of course, the center of attraction is going to be the grand finale between Argentina and Spain. Who carries the day? Who is going to be the winner of the 2026 FIFA World Cup that was held in Mexico, Canada, and the USA? Is it going to be 39-year-old Lionel Messi leading his team, or 19-year-old Lamine Yamal leading his Spanish boys to victory after 2010 when they last won the trophy? We're going to bring you in-depth discussion and analysis what you are to expect from the game today and what not to expect from the game today. So without wasting my time, we're going to go straight to the game yesterday between England and France, the third place game. And of course, the game ended in 6-4 for England. The Three Lions were able to roll one more before they bowed out of the tournament. 6-4 against their French opponent. It was quite an intriguing scoreline. And someone said, there's a scoreline that Americans should be happy about, because mostly when the tournament started, they've been complaining about the goalless draw scorelines, among others. So there's something that they are going to be very, 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 very happy about. Bukayo Saka getting a hat-trick for England. Jude Bellingham on the score sheet. Marcus Rashford was on the score sheet. And Kylian Mbappe bagged a brace for Les Blues. Osman Dembele also came from the bench together with Bradley Barcola. They got 4 goals for the French national team. A lot of rotation from both sides yesterday. A lot of rotations from Didier Deschamps and a lot of rotations from Thomas Tuchel. Was it worth it? Well, good today. How are you doing?
Derek, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine. George, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Derek. I'm
Okay,
good. I'm good.
okay. Yesterday, before the game, we met here. We talked about the French team, the rotations that we think Didier Deschamps is going to come up with, as well as Thomas Tuchel. I think most of us were making a case for Shaky to get some minutes or to start this game. Let me start from you, George. Were you impressed with the overall performance of both teams? I mean, the French national team and the English national team. People are saying that the French people they failed to turn up for the party in the first half. Do you agree to what people are saying, or you think it was an interesting game to watch, George Entry?
Okay. So thank you very much. Sometimes it's you see yesterday. I think getting to the latter part of the show, we were discussing if it would be prudent that we continue with this third and fourth game, or we should just scrap it off. Now we're just making some analysis stating that sometimes if bigger clubs or bigger countries meet like this, they see it as something that is a reward for failure, as Derek would say, because they both want to play the final. However, things didn't go as planned, and so they're relegated to the third and fourth place game. Now, if you watched the game yesterday, personally, I don't think if it would have been a final, that would have been the display from both sides. That is my first impression. So
Okay.
personally, I think the game that was played yesterday, it was like two it was like a PlayStation game between two amateur, like game handlers or game controllers. Personally, I didn't feel that vibe when it comes to sports like yesterday on the field of play. I didn't
Mhm.
feel the energy at all. Why? Because in a game, we need to display tactical prowess and then great determination. But then these two critical aspects of the game were lacking yesterday. It wasn't there. An attacker can bypass a defender and the defender will be walking. I'm like, are we playing or it's so you could realize that the game wasn't or it didn't carry the zeal that people expected it to be if it would have been a final. So generally speaking, I didn't enjoy the game, although it was you know a goal galore from both sides. But personally, I didn't enjoy it, not at all. Not at all. But then it was also an opportunity for people that hadn't, had the opportunity to represent their national or their nationality. So the likes of Trevor Chaluba had, some minutes to play. Cherky had, minutes to play to demonstrate or to display to the public domain what he's made up of. But then the performance, in terms of performance wise, I don't think it was something thrilling to watch. It was just boring. Although there were goals, but that competitive edge from both sides were lacking, and then it made the whole game look like, as I said earlier, a PlayStation game between two amateur players trying to battle out for Hall of Fame. So personally, I did enjoy it, but then it was also an opportunity for people to also display or showcase their talent to the world and show what they are made of.
Okay. Personally, I didn't enjoy that. That is from George Entry. Well, good today. Yesterday,
Derek,
we discussed whether this game should be played or not, and the importance of the third place game in such a tournament like the FIFA World Cup. George is saying that he didn't enjoy the game. He thought the players were not into it. What were your observations from the game that you watched yesterday?
all right, thank you so much, Derek. It's good to be here once again, and a good evening to everybody in China, wherever you find yourself. Outside China, in China, Wuhan, Guangzhou, Shanghai, wherever. You're welcome to the best sports show in China. Thank you. So, we spoke about this game a lot yesterday, and I said something yesterday about this game, like it should be scrapped. Like it's just needless. Aside the economic implications, where it's an avenue for FIFA to make more money. Nobody wants third place, fourth place. Yes, you can mention the fact that, let's say, an African team should get to the stage where they reach the semi-final. It's going to be a successful tournament if you are fourth or third for an African country. But with countries like France, I mean the elite countries in terms of football, this is a game where none of them wanted to play. But then it's football and there are rules. These are rules of FIFA. You have no option than to show up and then play the game. Ibrahima Konate said it during his press conference about 2 or 3 days ago. For the actual game, well, for a neutral fan, this is what you would want to expect in football, like end to end stuff, football full of goals. Like you said, with the Americans used to watching football, they in the World Cup there've been one goal, 1-0, 2-1. There've been lack of goals in most of the games. So with them having the opportunity to witness such a game, I think it's something they really enjoyed, and also as a neutral fan, it's something we really enjoyed. But then there is a question I asked after the game, Derek, which is,
Mhm.
could have the English played better than what we saw with regards to their level of competitiveness in from the start of the World Cup till their game against Argentina? You see, yesterday at a point you could at a point they were just playing, they were just toying with the France boys. Morgan Rogers, Eze at some point with the way they were just possessing the ball.
Mhm.
What so the question here is, with what they were doing yesterday, what happened? What went wrong in their previous game? Couldn't 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 they have played even similar or a better way?
I think
But
I
then
think it is down to the setup.
okay.
Yesterday, Thomas Tuchel set up in a different way from
Mm-hmm.
how he's been setting up the whole tournament. You see, yesterday he started in a 4-1-4-1, setup formation
Yeah.
with Declan Rice just at the base of the midfield, playing two number 10s in Eze and Morgan Rogers, with Bukayo
Yeah.
Saka and Marcus Rashford occupying the wings. So it was more like a free-flowing game. You see, previously he used to play with a midfield of Rice, Anderson, then Jude Bellingham.
Good. Yeah.
At times, you see Rice and Anderson sitting as a double pivot with, Bellingham a little bit ahead of them. At times, too, it becomes more like a flat three with Anderson in the middle, Rice and Jude beside him. But for yesterday, it was quite different. And when you set up in such a way, obviously you're going to have much of the possession because you are playing with more possessive based players in Eze, Morgan Rogers. They control games. So I think that was the difference yesterday.
But that is why I'm asking. Couldn't he have done, like, couldn't he have played in a similar way against Argentina? That is a question so many people are asking. That what happened? So
Mm-hmm.
you see, yesterday's game was a clear depiction that they are a better team, more than what they think they can play. They
Okay.
they can be technical if truly they want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about being brave, go for the game, grab the game by its neck, bring in the players. Bring You have the likes of Eze. Eze can keep the ball. Do you understand it? Morgan Rogers, yes, he's a runner type, but if you want Morgan Rogers to keep the ball, they will keep the ball. Do you understand it?
Yes.
If you want Bukayo Saka to do that, Bukayo Saka will keep the ball, will draw more fouls, will delay the game. So this is the question people are asking. If yes, people will say that, oh, but then it's because it's third and fourth, it's because of this. If they wanted to play like how they played yesterday or even more against Argentina, they could have. But what happened was they entered panic mode, and the moment panic mode sets in, what happens is that you retreat, you draw back into your defense, into low block, you soak the pressure, and you just hope that you can just hang in there and hopefully um you get through the game, and then hopefully you get the 3 points, you move on to the next stage of the competition. So this yesterday's game was a wake-up call that the English boys can play in any way they want to. They can play in whatever way they want to. They have they have some of the finest players. Like you cannot tell me you have a midfield of over 100 million players and tell me you cannot keep the ball. Derek,
It
Anderson,
doesn't make sense.
Bellingham. Come again?
I said it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Anderson, 116. Declan Rice, 105. Jude Bellingham, 150 million euros or is it
Morgan
120
Rogers,
million
the
euros?
latest 117.
Morgan
You talk about
Rogers,
that
the
transfer.
latest. You can't tell me you have over how many 100 million players in the midfield and expect to no, come on. Yesterday we saw a different English side, a side where a side who you could see the players expressing themselves like to the fullest of their abilities. Yesterday, look at Morgan Rogers, look at Eze. At a point, they were just toying with the French boys. They were just playing the pass here and there in their own half, in their own D. That was how confident they were. So the question is, couldn't have the coach instill this level of confidence in the players for them to play this way from even the start of the competition?
That is one issue.
Couldn't you see? He could have just set his team up in such a way that put four solid defenders at the back. Forget about the fullback supporting the attack. Put, let's say, the Rice in front of them, making what? Making five, right?
Yeah.
Put another five attackers. We've seen this from Guardiola before, where he will put four centre backs at the back with Rodri in front of them. And what next? Put attacking midfielders and a striker. That's all. Attack versus defense. No matter, Derek, no matter the transitions, you have the DM plus four defenders. You cannot tell me you cannot defend the transition with five players, Derek. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
The English team, they are just too good to be performed to for us to witness such performances from the right from the group stages. From the group stage, they were just hanging in there. What? Their first game against they played their first game against who?
Croatia.
Was it Croatia? But they considered what? They considered 2 goals. They won 4-2. Their next
Yeah.
game was against Ghana. They I don't know. Well, Ghana played a low block that with the quality they have, they should have found a way. Their last game was against Panama. They beat Panama by 2 goals. Their next game, round of 16, who did they even play against? Um,
DR Congo.
DR Congo. That game was the game they should have even lost. They were just lucky, Derek. I don't know if you remember that game against DRC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any good team on that day would have eliminated England. Yes, some way, somehow, Harry Kane managed to. He found the net. He scored 2 goals. Then from DRC, they moved on to. Was it Norway?
I think Norway was in the quarters. They moved to Mexico,
No,
the host nation.
Mexico. Mexico too was the same. Derek, they had to hang in there, bring in Damben, switch to 5 back because of a red card from Jerome Cancer. Well, you can make a case for them with regards to the red card. They won the game 3-2. From that to Norway, it wasn't really an impressive performance, Derek. They just managed to win that game. That was the game that after the game there were so much controversies between Jude Bellingham and then also Thomas Tuchel.
Thomas
I don't know
Tuchel,
if you
yeah.
remember that is it, their post-match interview where Bellingham disagreed with his manager with regards to his comments where Tuchel said the boys didn't really they made the game difficult for them. And you see, everything Tuchel said after that game was true. It has been happening from game in, game out. But then Bellingham also came out saying that the coach has no idea how difficult the game was, and some of the games you have to grind results. Yes, we get that. You cannot play free flowing attacking football each and every game. We get that. I understand that. We've been watching football for so many years. We get that. But then England has been they have been struggling in every single game they played. That is not sustainable, Derek. That is not sustainable. So what happens is that when you meet the likes of Argentina, where you have the god of football, the GOAT himself. Do you understand it?
Arguably the GOAT.
No, 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 no. No, Derek, I don't have this conversation,
Oh,
please.
no, 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 I'm not doing that. I also don't want to have that
Thank you.
conversation. But then, you know, there are people who are watching who have different perspective. You understand? So you could have put your statement in a way that, oh, against Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest footballer ever seen, or the greatest of
Derek,
all time, arguably. You understand? That's what I'm
let
trying
me
to say. But you can
let me
continue
pass
with
this
your
comment and
point today.
continue.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
pass this comment and continue.
yes.
We can put a poll on our YouTube, and we can just allow our
We,
viewers and our
we,
listeners
we,
and our
we will do
fans to
that, but
just
not today. We will do that not today.
no problem. Let me just continue my submission. No, enough of Messi or whoever your goat is, Maradona or whatever. No, Pele, who whatever. But then we all know what the truth is. We can I don't know, perhaps out of bias, I don't know, maybe, just maybe, we would want to, show more love. But then it is what it is. So England played against the GOAT of football. I
Mm-hmm.
repeat. Well, let
Okay.
me arguably the greatest
Oh,
the
no,
greatest of all time.
just feel free to use whatever words that you want to use, please.
Arguably the greatest of all time. Right after scoring after 55th minute, they started defending from, is it 60th minute or whatever, defending for a whole 30 minutes, having a possession of 12%. It's like it's criminal for England to play the way they did against Argentina. The reason why I'm saying it's criminal is because it was a clinical example that England, they can play in every way they want to. If they want to play that, they can be more fluid than the Spanish guys, than the French guys. Do you understand it?
Mm-hmm.
But then, unfortunately, we didn't see the kind of football they played yesterday from the start of the tournament to Argentina. It's rather unfortunate. I just hope going forward, Tuchel can be more brave. Do you understand it? I just hope he can be more brave, because I remember when he first took over the job from Gary Southgate. I remember his first interview where I think they asked him what really went wrong during England's last campaign, and it was he said that um, one thing he noticed was that the English players were more concerned about bowing out of the competition than winning the games.
Okay.
So this is somebody who made a perfect and exceptional an exceptional observation with regards to the last campaign. Meaning, you've seen it. Why do you repeat same? Because we've gotten to a point where it's more like an English DNA, where they go into tournaments, they get so far, and when the stakes are so high, they fall back and they begin to crumble, Derek. So
Interesting.
moving forward, they need to move away from that DNA where when we score one goal, okay, let's sit back, let's let's sit back, let's soak the pressure, let's bring in some tall lads who can come and then head the ball 20, 30 yards away, just like Damben was doing against Mexico. He could head the ball 20 yards, Derek. So moving forward, there is so much talent to play good and free flowing attacking football, Derek. That is the kind of England that is the kind of English team you want to see. They with this generation and crop of talent, Derek, they need to dominate European football, Derek. Do you understand it? They need to dominate European football. Now we are seeing them dominate the Conference League, the Europa League. We've seen Arsenal too up there when it comes to moving to the latter stage of the competition. We've seen City there. Do you understand it? I still think the English team can do better than what we've seen them. They can be the best team in the world. They can go on. We saw the Jude Bellinghams, the Andrew Gomez, the Curtis Jones, the Anthony Gordons, the Madueke winning under 17, under 20. They were just dominating these youth championships.
Okay.
So they can do better than that, Derek.
All right. They can do better than that. Away from the English team, George, a very quick one. Kylian Mbappe team bagged a brace yesterday, taking its total tally to 10 goals in this tournament alone and 22 goals in total as a footballer in the World Cup, campaign. Were you surprised?
So thank you very much, Derek. First and foremost, to say I'm surprised is a no. It's right from the onset, we saw it coming.
Okay.
We saw it coming, especially looking at the caliber of player he is and the qualities he possesses. We saw it coming, especially those, unless probably you don't watch his games or you are not a football fanatic, you don't watch football. But then if you watch the game of football, you will understand that it is not surprising at all. Because as young as he is, trying to carry the weight of a whole team on his shoulders shows you how experienced of a cock of a player he is, and then he being able to match existing, let's say existing how do you call it, titles or existing rules that are available, and then trying to overpass them and get to that top or to get to that apex. I think he deserves to be there. He deserves to be there. No, I don't think someone would have done it better than he does. So personally, I wasn't surprised. Not at all. Not at all. Because if you look at Kylian Mbappe as a young chap who is technically blessed, he's blessed. If not the best in the world, he is one of the best in the world. That is, if you have to take certain idols out. They are not part of us.
No. Wait. What has his idols got to do with whatever submission that you are trying to make over here?
Now, what I'm trying to say is that some people are beyond us. You understand? Some people are beyond the game of football. No twist about it. That is arguably, let me put it that way, arguably. The Lionel Messi and the Cristiano Ronaldo, they are not part of us. Right? The things they've been able to achieve on this planet is very difficult for someone to imitate. You understand? These things happen once in a lifetime. They are rare. They are scarce. It's not something that you get often. That's what I'm saying. They are not part. But then, if you look at the whole Kylian Mbappe, story as a player coming up, he's there. He's there. So personally, I wasn't surprised, and I will never be surprised. If he goes on to win the Ballon d'Or, I wouldn't be surprised. If he goes on to win more trophies, more individual titles and brilliance, I wouldn't be surprised because he has what it takes to do that. So personally, I'm not surprised at all.
Okay. So you're not surprised at all. But then before we come to today's game, yesterday breaking news came in out of nowhere. We learned that Chelsea have agreed a deal with Aston Villa to sign Morgan Rogers. 117 million pounds. A quick one away from the World Cup. We'll come back to the World Cup. But George, let me continue from you. 117 million for Morgan Rogers. Is it worth it? Is he a player that Chelsea needs? You know that throughout the summer transfer window, he has been linked with Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. And earlier this week, after Arsenal completed the signing of Christos Solis from Club Brugge, it was widely speculated that they are going to, advance negotiations with Aston Villa for the signing of Morgan Rogers. Personal terms were never an issue, but out of nowhere, Baghdad Egbali, the Blue Co, and Xabi Alonso, they were able to convince Morgan Rogers to snap Arsenal and sign for Chelsea. And interestingly, that is the new British record. They've broken the record twice this season. Man City for Elliot Anderson, 160 million pounds, and now Chelsea for Morgan Rogers, 117 million pounds in the same transfer window. George, 117 million pounds for Morgan Rogers.
He's not worth it, seriously.
Okay.
He not at all, because that 170 million pounds could have given us about 3-4 players who are like him.
Hey,
Oh, seriously.
hey.
Morgan Rogers is a hyped English-based player. Nothing
Okay.
special.
Okay.
Okay, if we are to go head to head with the let's say the elites in his role that he claims he plays, let's say as an attacking or an offensive midfielder, Morgan Rogers is not better than Cole Palmer. Morgan Rogers is not better than Eberiti Eze. Morgan Rogers is not better than Jude Bellingham. Morgan Rogers is not better than who else than Phil Foden. So if you value someone like this at 170 million pounds, hey, then if you have to go for Eberiti Eze, then you buy him for 500 million pounds. He is not worth it. But because he's an English, sometimes it happens that if there are lots of talks on a particular player, his or his value goes up.
Yes.
Just because of the competition. So the value goes up. And so it becomes, if you have the money and you have that is the purchasing power, just buy. Right? Because personally, when I read the article, it stated that they convinced him that he was going to be playing on the left flank as a left winger.
Yes,
right?
as a starter.
Now, yes, as a left winger. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at Chelsea's left wing, over the years, I think we've been like suffering a bit.
Yeah,
on that side.
Post Eden Hazard. You guys have been struggling.
Yes, post Eden Hazard era.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because we've tried Hudson Odoi.
Yeah,
We've tried Jimmy Gittins. We've tried Noni Skillful Madueke. We've tried Jadon Sancho. we've tried Nicholas Jackson. We have tried Nkuku. So you could see that on that left flank, we played about 6, 7, 8 players. Yes, you understand. So it shows that we have a big deficit when it comes to left wings. Yes. Although we have the talent, but when they are put there, they are not able to deliver. Because when you look at the signings we make, Jimmy Gittins from Borussia Dortmund shows clearly that he can perform, but he wears or dons the blue jersey and then he's playing like Kusisebo. You understand? He makes the whole team look like.
Put some respect on Sibo's name, please.
Or he plays like Kamadi Suleiman. You understand? He gets the ball and you're like, is this Jimmy Gittins that we signed? So it pushes pressure on the coach as well as the technical team as a whole, and then the owners to go for someone they think has already, established himself in the Premier League. That is why Aston Villa values Morgan Rogers at that high price. 170 million pounds for a midfielder who can't give you 20 or 10 goals a season. Of course not. He is not worth it, definitely. But then looking at the kind of, euphoria and the kind of comments surrounding him, especially during this World Cup season, Aston Villa has cashed out. Seriously. It's a big cash out for them. It's a big, big cash out. It's a big cash out because in terms of performance, he's not worth 170 million pounds. On an average, what cost for Yamana 30 million? And Okrama Kebi in Kekele, 30 million in Kekele. Esheku
30 million.
All right, so we were talking about the players that Chelsea have signed since the departure of Eden Hazard. And you can make mention of quite a couple. I think they tried Pulisic. Pulisic was the
Pulisic was okay. So I think yes, he would have matched Hazard a bit.
So before his injuries, Pulisic was okay.
Setting, yeah.
And we saw a little bit of Hakim Ziyech.
Okay.
Yeah. And recently we've seen from Mikhailo Mudryk. And someone is saying that the last time that Chelsea hijacked a deal from Arsenal, we all know how it ended. The last time you guys decided, to snitch or to bypass Arsenal and sign a player was Mikhailo Mudryk. And we all know how that ended for you guys. And you've done it again, bypassing Arsenal to sign Morgan Rogers. And the information that I'm getting is that the total transfer fee of Morgan Rogers to Chelsea, together with agent fee, amounts to 127 million pounds. So 170 million pounds to the selling club Aston Villa, and 10 million pounds in agent fees. Not forgetting that Middlesbrough, they have about 20% sell-on clause.
Sell-on clause, exactly.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
this player was signed from Man City to
Yeah,
Middlesbrough
yeah,
just 3 years ago for just one point something million. Then Aston Villa signed him just 2 years ago from Middlesbrough in a deal worth is it 11.5 million pounds, and now he's going for 170. So
70
Middlesbrough
million
Wow.
pounds.
are getting about 30 million pounds from the
Okay.
sale of Morgan Rogers. I don't know. Maybe that was a contributing factor to that price. It was 117 for Morgan Rogers. Being an Arsenal fan, personally, I think it's good. It's good we didn't make that deal because I've been having my reservations. Oh yeah, that's the truth. I've been having my reservations on Morgan Rogers as a player, especially we
Derek,
signing him to play that left wing position.
Derek,
Quite good today.
do you think you're going to get Bakola for anything less than 100 million?
No, quite good. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Rogers is of similar profile to Ebreche Eze.
Yeah.
They are both attacking midfielders who can thrive at the
On the
left wing
wing.
position.
Yeah.
But then they are not your typical
They're not
touchline
typical left
left
wingers.
wingers. They play more like an inside left wingers. The last season of Eze at Crystal Palace, he was
Half
deployed
half
when
space
they were
number
playing the
10.
3-4-3. He was deployed more like a double number 10. You
Mm.
understand? He operated from the wings, but it was an inside winger just behind the striker, Jean-Philippe Mateta. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So signing a player like that when he moved to Arsenal, initially we tried him at the left wing position. It didn't work quite well, and he was moved to the central position in some games after the injury to Martin Odegaard. Morgan Rogers is of a similar profile. If you want to play Morgan Rogers as a typical winger, he's going to be limited. So
Now,
personally, when I hear that,
even Derek, even let
decided,
Derek a minute. You
yes,
see, let's check the number of take-ons he can make on that flank. Because as a typical winger, one of your strengths should be your pace and your ability to take on players, especially in tight corners or in tight
yes,
spaces.
yes.
And then Morgan Rogers will not give you that particular edge. He doesn't have it. He
One
doesn't
of
have it.
one of the strengths of Morgan Rogers is that he's good with tight spaces.
Yeah.
You get it? He's good with tight spaces. And personally, I call him an SG cheater, expected goals cheater, because he scored goals that are not chances. Last season, when you look at Aston Villa, Villa was one of the teams that exceeded the SG ratio. Villa will play a game and win 2-0, but the expected goal will be less than 1.
Yeah.
And part was due to Morgan Rogers. Places where he used to take shots, among others. So signing him to Arsenal, personally, I didn't like it because we have Eze already, there's Odegaard in that number 10 position, and we are grooming Max Dorman to also play in that position. So signing Rogers was not something that, but if he's a good player though, if we had gotten him for something like 80 to 90, it would have been a fair deal. But 117, well, I don't know whether you want to say something about this Rogers before we come to the World Cup
Yeah.
final.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Derek. You see, Derek, we are in a transfer market where if you don't want to spend big, then you would have to feed off scraps. It is
Okay.
what it is right now. Do I think Morgan Rogers is worth 170 million or even 100 million? No. Do you understand it?
Yes.
But do I think he's an exceptional player? He's a player with so much potential. Yes.
Yes.
Do you understand it, Derek?
Mm-hmm.
He had an exceptional season last season with Aston Villa. They won the Europa League, Derek. Do you understand it? I think he was actually Aston Villa's best player last season.
Yeah.
He had an exceptional season. He's a very fine player, but 117, that is too much. But then that is how the English market is, Derek. How much did Spurs sign relegated player 2 times relegated player Matheus Fernandes?
Matheus Fernandes. You know, for Spurs, I think it's more like desperation. That relegation, threat, it shake them a little bit. And I'm hearing that they are almost, they are close to the signing of Savino for about 65 million pounds
Yeah.
from
About
Man City as
65
well.
million, 75
Yeah,
million.
yeah,
Yeah.
they are being serious this transfer window. Signing two midfielders more than 80 million pounds. Charlie, they are
Yeah.
serious.
Tonali for 100 million. So you see,
Yes.
from last season, previous seasons, last season,
Mhm.
Liverpool set the bar. Alexander Isak for how much? 150 million.
Mhm.
This German number 10, Florian Wirtz,
Florian Wirtz.
120, 125. Hugo Ekitike, 90 million euros.
Champion striker.
Do you understand it? Before these two, we had seen Declan Rice, 105.
Mhm.
Before Declan Rice, we had seen Moises Caicedo, 100 million. We had seen Enzo Fernandez, 100 million. So you see, we've gotten to a point where the amount being quoted in the transfer market, Derek, is just outrageous. It doesn't make any sense. But then, if you don't buy, you would have to go to the championship to feed off scraps. Arsenal now wants Bradley Bacola. He won't come for anything less than 100 million, 90 million. Derek, mark it on the wall.
Oh yeah, I know. Bakola is quite expensive.
Do you understand it?
Mhm.
United decided that they were not going to spend 85 million on Matheus Fernandes. They used that same 85 million to get Yuri Telemans and
Andre Santos.
the young Andre Santos. That is a good deal for them. But do you think, let's say if you need an exceptional attacker in this current European market, you won't get anything less than 80, 90 million, Derek?
Yeah, Kwagu, I get you. Sorry to cut you. Okay, but yesterday I was having a conversation with Ofadakwa, and I
Okay.
was telling him that I was telling Ofadakwa that since Arsenal signed this Greek boy Christos Solis from Club Brugge,
Solis, yeah.
yeah, 35 million pounds. Well,
Derek.
with that boy, his statistics, with the stats that Solis had last season, if he was being signed,
In
okay,
England,
in England, it would have cost more than that. Now
of
let's look at
course.
his stats. Let's look at Christos Solis stats for Club Brugge last season. 52 games. He had 22 goals and 29 assists.
There's an 100 million player, Derek, in the Premier League.
So 41 goal involvement for the Greek winger just last season. I think only Harry Kane had more goals and assists than Christos Solis. Now Arsenal got him for 35 million pounds to replace the departing Leandro Trossard.
Yeah.
Signing Morgan Rogers would have been, in quotes, a little bit useless. So if you sign a player like this, who is a similar profile to Trossard, and maybe to some extent the Rogers, then it obviously makes sense to sign someone like Bakola to complement that left wing position. Not
Yeah.
forgetting Gabriel Martinelli is still around. But personally, if we are going to move on from Gabriel Jesus, then I would bet Martinelli to replace Jesus because of his runs in behind the fence and other things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get
So
you.
now, what I wanted to say was that how many wingers the left wing market currently is dry.
Very
Let
true.
me use Arsenal as an example. How many wingers in the market are currently an upgrade over Martinelli? Kwekwe, I'm asking you, if not Kvaratskhelia, if not to some extent Bakola and Vinicius, just tell me,
Desire Doué.
Desire Doué to some extent. How many left wingers? And these players that we've mentioned, how many are available on the market?
But what about Rafael Leao? Or he's
No.
not there?
Rafael Leao is now an Everton, Spurs, type of player. All right, let me read some comments from YouTube. We have Jenny with the pie is saying, I see you Kweku today. If you don't buy, you feed on crumbs. Yeah, so 100 million straight. Yeah, and Abby is using Bugazi with some emojis. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Keep the comments coming, and as we come on the live, make sure you like, you subscribe, then you share the video for someone to also join Sports Arena on NUGS-CHINA. Yeah, Kweku today.
Derek,
I was asking how many.
but Derek, just as you said, the left wing market is dry, like very
Yes.
dry.
Mm-hmm.
The elites right now, Vinicius,
Yes.
Kvaratskhelia,
Mm-hmm.
Desire Doué, maybe Bradley Bakula.
Mm-hmm. That
Who
is
again?
it.
Who again? I think who? I
Mikhail
can't even
Mudrik.
think of anybody
Who?
again.
No.
I can't even
George is
think of
mentioning the name.
who. I didn't hear him.
Mikhail Mudrik.
Kweku, you continue your summation.
I can't even think. I can't even think of anybody right now aside these elites.
Yeah, that is it. That is it. Because it's the left wing market is dry. So if you don't take care, you may overpay for certain players
But you
beyond.
see, Derek, at this point, if you really want a good or an established left winger, Derek, you have no option than to pay. You see, the reason why Arsenal were able to pay 35 million for Christos Solis,
Mm-hmm.
Derek, was because he plays where? In Greece.
In Belgium, Club Brugge in Belgium.
In
And he's from
Belgium.
Greece.
Club Brugge.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Derek, in Club Brugge, you can like with his numbers, 22 goals, 29 assists. Derek, it can open up. This can only happen in the Belgium league, Derek. Let's be very honest.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kweku today. You are welcome, Bosky. Vincent Team Sakode, you are welcome. Yeah, Bosky.
Thank you very much, Derek. Hope you are good.
Yeah. By God's grace, I'm doing good. All right. We've done so much. We've done so much of the transfer of Morgan Rogers to Chelsea. I don't know whether you'd want to add something small before we move to the World Cup final. But then to our listeners, we appreciate you continue to share the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Bosky.
170 million euros.
Pounds,
That's
170
a
million
lot
pounds.
of money.
170 million pounds, please.
It's pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds.
Not even euros.
No.
170 million pounds.
Yeah.
So
that
that
is
means
over 130 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
it surpasses that of Enzo Fernandez and also Moises Caicedo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of money for Morgan Rogers. He's a good player. He has a lot of attributes. He can give you goals. He can give you assists, dribbles, carry the ball and all that. But 117 million pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money for Morgan Rogers. But we said the same thing about even with Kylian Mbappe. We said the same thing with Declan Rice. We said the same thing with Neymar. We said the same thing with Enzo Fernandez. We said the same thing. Every player that has been bought over 100 million pounds, we all said it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But just a few of them justify that amount. We've seen players being bought for over 100, and we didn't even get even half of what we knew they could bring to the table. You can talk about Griezmann, Coutinho, Eden Hazard, Grealish to an extent. There are a lot of players, and some are still even justifying why they were worth over 100 million pounds. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, they are still justifying that amount. But I think he's going to help Chelsea a lot. He's a huge upgrade on whatever they had on the flanks.
Mm-hmm.
He's a huge upgrade on Garnacho, Gittins, Pedro Neto, Estevao, even Kopama. The numbers and
don't let them come for you, please.
Come on now. Morgan Rogers has been a better player than Kopama over the past few years.
Yeah, that is very true.
Look at what he was doing at Aston Villa.
Yeah, very true.
And he sent them right back into the Champions League. He won the Europa League with them last season. He has been a better player than Kopama. That's a fact. 117 million pounds is too much, but I think Morgan Rogers is going to be a superstar at Chelsea.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bosky. He's saying that he thinks Morgan Rogers is going to be a superstar at Chelsea. So God willing, next season is going to be an interesting, one for the Blues. Having Willian Estevayo operating from the right wing, Morgan Rogers starting from the left wing, Kopama behind either Liam Delap or Maggie.
Nicolas Jackson is coming back. Nicolas Jackson is also coming back. They have fresh strikers.
Yeah, either Nicolas Jackson, Maggie, or Liam Delap. He's going to Maggie. Is he not still a Chelsea player?
Second players.
Maggie is still a Chelsea player, so I don't know how you guys.
Look at the players you are mentioning. Look at Maggie, seriously, if I trade for 1 month, I no ball play pass.
No, wait. George. Now, if the season is to start right now, what are the options for the striking position for Chelsea?
I'll keep two. I'll sack everybody.
No, I asked
Nicolas Jackson and then what's his name?
Pedro.
The rest they should go away. The lab is not Chelsea standard. Maggie is not Chelsea standard. They should go away. I'm also Chelsea. I'm a second. Derek, I'm a second.
Pay that money for Morgan Rogers.
No. I've already talked about that. I'm excited that we didn't pay that 117 for Morgan Rogers. No. Listen.
I wasn't saying that he rejected us. No.
It's the same time with Declan Rice, and look at where we are now.
No, Bosky, what I'm saying is that the reason I'm saying is that I'm excited we didn't spend that amount. We have similar profile in our team in Eze. They are natural attacking midfielders who do out left wing position.
More on the rings. Morgan Rogers gives you more on the rings.
He gives us more on the rings, but he's not a typical winger that we're looking for. Now we have Christoph Solis.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And there is Martinelli. If we are not signing a Bakola, a Vinicius, or Kvaratskhelia, we are not signing anyone.
Nico Williams.
Who? Okay, thank you very much, Bosky. Now let us go straight to the FIFA World Cup final. One started for the first time. We are so used to the 32 team tournament, but for the first time, FIFA extended it to about 40 teams, more than 40 teams, and it was held in 3 nations: Canada, US, and Mexico. Today we count it all. The FIFA World Cup final. Is it going to be Argentina, or is it going to be Spain? We've witnessed these two teams from the group stages down to the semi-final stages, and we've seen Lionel Andrea Messi Curicini, who has been one of the best players of this tournament. He has been a standout player in this tournament. Looking at his age at age 39, and with the numbers that he has put in this tournament, I think 8 goals. Is it 4 assists or 5 assists? I think 8 goals, 4 assists, or so.
4 assists.
Yeah. So 8 goals, 4 assists for 39 years Lionel Messi. And the interesting part is that his goals are not just goals; they are goals, and his assists. They come in handy for them. They are, a couple of years ago we had a player called Razak Benko. He said he used to score important goals. Exactly. Striker can go a whole season and score like 4 goals. When you ask him, say he scores important goals. How can you tell me this? A whole striker, you're looking yourself to important goals.
4 goals.
Yeah. Leo Messi's goals, have been very, very crucial to Argentina.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very crucial to Argentina. And it has helped them advance all the way. And before their quarterfinals, he was doing all the scoring. It was at the quarterfinals that we saw Julian Alvarez come to the party.
Yeah.
And at the semi-final too, we saw Lautaro Martinez climbing from the bench, and Enzo Fernandez also doing something for the Argentine national team. So undoubtedly, he's been their best player. At age 39, he has led his team to the final. At age 39, Leo Messi is still doing what most young players can do. They are the defending champions. And from 1998 coming, we've never seen a team defended the World Cup. 98, France won it.
Yeah.
They exited group stages in 2002, Japan, Korea.
Yeah.
2002, Japan, Korea, Brazil won it. 2006, they were eliminated by France. That Thierry Henry goal, Zidane's free kick. 2006, Italy won it. 2010, we also what happened to the Philippines. 2010, Spain won it. 2014, you saw what happened.
Yeah.
2014 was for Germany. 2018 in Qatar, 2018 in Russia, we saw it. So 2014 Brazil, Germany won that final against Argentina. Mario Götze's winning goal. And we saw what happened in 2018 to the Diamond Shaft. Didier Deschamps and his French national team won 2018 in Russia, beating Croatia in the final.
2022.
2022, they came back to the finals. They lost to Argentina. Argentina won 2022. And in 2026, they are in the final against Spain. So the last two winners of the tournament, they made it to the finals in the next edition. Talking of France and Argentina, France 2018 winners making it to the finals in 2022. Argentina 2022 winners making it to the finals in 2026. Bosky, let me start from you. Scaloni and his boys' journey so far, from Qatar 2022 down to US, Canada, Mexico 2026. They are back to back, finalists.
Yeah, Derek. I think in 2022, after the first round of games, a lot of people wrote Argentina off after they lost to Saudi Arabia. Because we all thought, how can Saudi Arabia beat Argentina? Then that means Argentina are not that really good. But they moved on and they showed their quality, they showed their worth. And at the end of the day, they won the tournament, and Messi was crowned the best player in that tournament. You can say what you want to say about referee decisions and all that, but if they are playing against Netherlands and it goes to penalties and they win on penalties, that is not just anything about referee. It's just penalties. If you score, you move on. If you win the penalty shootout, you move on to the next stage. You can talk about the red cards and all that, but they won it. They won against Netherlands, they won against Croatia, and they won against France. And at the end of the day, they were crowned champions. Fast forward in 2026, they started pretty well, and they were in a group that we all knew at least they should be able to get 7 points, and they got all the maximum points in that group. But during the knockout stages, we saw flaws in the team. Um, the matches that we thought they were going to win comfortably, they struggled, and most of their matches went beyond the normal regulation time. And hopefully for them, they won in extra time, and they are in the final now. They played against England in the semi-final yesterday. We talked a lot about it. Scaloni has been doing a great job with this Argentina squad. I think before this tournament, I said they've already won it, and I don't think they have that much incentives to win it again this time around. especially looking at the players that were coming in. Lisandro Martinez, coming back from injuries and all that. Christian Romero, also a lot of injuries and the drama going on at Spurs. So I thought it was really going to be difficult for them because they didn't have that form to play at the highest level with the other countries. With McAllister, Liverpool fans will tell you he has not been that great for them this season, but look at how he's delivering. Enzo Fernandez has been top notch, one of their best players so far in this tournament. So at the end of the day, this Argentina squad have shown the fighting spirit. They've shown that even if they've won it, even if they won it last 4 years, they are back again and they want to win it again, and deservingly so. They can win it again, and they've showed so much character, especially down the stretch, and they've been able to beat teams that struggled at the stretch and down the stretch. Yeah, but this is against Spain. Can they do it against Spain? We've seen how Spain have been relentless, and they've shown that they are also one of the best teams in the world, and arguably they are the best team in the tournament so far. Looking at the number of goals they've conceded and all that, and how they've kept teams mute. It is going to be a cagey game. For Spain, they don't need to change that much. It's just a midfield tweak if they are going to bring back Pedri or they are going to maintain Dani Olmo and um, Fabian Ruiz. Nico Williams, I think we've all understood that he's going to start from the bench, and Alex Baena is going to start for the goalkeeping. I think Unai Simon is still going to maintain the post. A lot were said before the tournament, but um, the coach stuck with Unai Simon, and he's going to keep him. They are not going to change that much. So for Argentina, I don't think they're also going to change that much either. So basically, we know what each team is bringing to the table, and it's going to be close, Derek. It's going to be really close, but I don't think Argentina can do it this time around. Um, they've suffered throughout all the knockout games. They've come back. They've shown good character. They've shown that fighting spirit. But if you go down against Spain, if they go down against Spain, I don't think they can recover. If we go down 2 goals, just a goal, because Spain, they are not going to relax and say, okay, bring the ball, let's soak the pressure. They are also going to maintain possession. They are also going to come at you, and even if it's on the counter, we know the quality of Lamine Yamal, we know the quality of Alex Baena, we know the quality of Dani Olmo. Whoever is coming off the bench, whether it's Ferran Torres or Nico Williams, we know the pace that they carry. They can hurt you. They are really going to hurt you. So the best thing for Argentina now is to score early or not to concede the first goal. If Argentina concedes the first goal, they are going to lose the match. If they score earlier, Spain is going to mount a whole lot of pressure on them, but they can soak that pressure. Even though I think whatever happens, Spain is going to win this game. But the worst case scenario for Argentina is not to concede the first goal. They shouldn't concede the first goal. I wish both teams all the best, but I'm going to go for a 3-1 Spain win.
Okay, a 3-1 Spain win for Bosky. We're good today.
Hello there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Bosky. I can hear you. Yeah, Bosky, you can be heard. You can be heard. We're good today. Can you hear me?
Derek.
Yeah,
Derek,
can
can you
hear
hear
me?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you too.
All right. So it's Argentina against Spain. So to those of us who are listening to us live on YouTube, there is an opinion poll over there. You can partake in the votes. You click one for Argentina or two for Spain. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to share the video. And the channel is NUGS China, NUGS China, and the show is Sports Arena Reloaded. Quite good today.
Derek, thank you so much. Wow. Today is a grand finale. Argentina versus the Espana, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams deserve to be in the final. Both teams they deserve to be in the finals. Looking at the way they looking at their journey from the first day, their first game. Argentina, Spain's first game. Who did they even play against?
Spain played against Cape
Against
Verde.
Cape Verde.
They drew.
Cape Verde.
Yeah, they played
Was a
against Cape
goalless draw.
Verde. Yeah, it was a goalless draw. That low block, Vozinha and his boys. Looking at their performance after that game, looking at Argentina's performance from the first game to England. If you have to compare both performances, I think Spain is up there. Argentina has, especially their last game, it wasn't easy for them. Their game against Switzerland wasn't easy as well, even though it was a man down. I think they've played 220 minutes. They've played 220 minutes. When you compare both journeys, I think it's been in as much as Spain met some of the best countries in Europe or in the world. They were able to walk past Portugal in just 90 minutes. Argentina, on the other hand, had to even play 2 hours of football to win the game against Switzerland. The same thing happened against England as
Cape Verde.
well. It's not going to be easy for them, but I think yes, of course, Messi is arguably one of the best players ever to grace football, and I think there is an overly reliance on Messi.
Okay, from the
Yes, and
Argentine side.
yeah, and yes, he has been able to deliver each and every time they need him. You go to Spain, you look at the Spanish side where they play as a team. There isn't a reliance on a Lamine Yamal. There isn't an overly reliance on a Dani Olmo,
Mhm.
Ferran Torres, and Alex Baena, and Oyazabal. You
Okay.
watch their game against France, and you see you're going to love the Spanish team, Derek. Yes, for I'm a Liverpool fan, and then any of the sides that wins, it's still a win for me as a Liverpool fan because I have both players. I have two players in both teams now. Do you understand it? But then
Kweku, no, no.
um
You all know where you are. Just feel free.
oh no. You see, yes, I love Messi. Messi is the GOAT, but then I don't see how they are going to win today's game. I don't see how Argentina and Messi.
Messi to you is the goat.
I've heard you. I don't see how Derek, honestly speak, honestly speaking, I don't see how Argentina is going to win today's game. You watch
Okay.
how these Spanish guys play, like always on the front foot. They press like their lives depends on it. If they
Mhm.
have the ball too, oh my days. There is no team like this Spanish team, Derek. Their level of their level of their level of technical abilities is just over the roof. We have the we have one of the finest defensive midfielders in a Ballon d'Or winner, the world best in Rodrigo. You have on the other hand where you see Fabian Ruiz and Derek. it's
Well,
rather unfortunate, yeah, that people don't really give accolades to a player like Danny Olmo, Derek. Why? Like you watch him in this pain setup. I don't think there's anybody in this World Cup. I don't think any of the Spanish players come close to him, especially his level of intelligence, Derek. And it's rather
Danny Kofi Omo.
unfortunate. Come again?
Danny Kofi Omo.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. He's not getting the accolades he deserves. It's always about the Rodris. It's always about the Pedris. It's always about the Lamine Yamal. But this guy, he's one of the glue to the team. He's one of the main reasons why Spain beat they beat France in the semi-final. An intelligent number 10. The way he drops, the way he's able to vacate space, the way he's able to free roam, becomes the free man. I watched the game. I watched an extended highlights of him alone against against France, and one of the reasons why France lost was because of him, Dani Olmo. How he was always he was always the free man. He was always found by the other Spanish guys. Why? Because of how he moves, because of how intelligent he moves, and he's one player Argentina need to watch out today. And I'm very confident that what is his name? Scaloni. I'm so convinced that he will play a 4-man midfield today, Derek.
Okay.
That is the only way that is the only way they can go toe to toe with that Spanish midfield, Derek. He needs he did Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, and Rodrigo de Paul today. He need all these 4 guys in the middle. That is the only way they will be able to compete against Rodri, Fabian Ruiz, and then Dani Olmo. He needs to start all the 4, and with all the 4, they will have a chance in the game. But then I don't see them winning today.
Okay.
I'm not really going to state whether the game is going to end in the 90 minutes or in 120 minutes. But what I'm so convinced about is that by 5 a.m. 6 a.m. China time, we are going to see Lamine Yamal winning the World Cup, and then hopefully, the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, in the future as well. So I'm convinced that I'm rooting for Spain to win today's game.
You are confusing me. Initially, I thought you said you were going for Argentina, or I didn't hear that right.
No. I said there is no way Argentina is going to win today's game.
Oh, okay.
Even though I like Messi,
I'm seeing some votes on the YouTube. So maybe what you are typing on YouTube is different from what you are saying on air. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So
okay.
I'm seeing Spain win the World Cup today. First World Cup for Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and then I think almost all the guys, because I think the last time they won the World Cup, none of these players.
2010, none of them were.
Yeah, none of them were part of the team. So I'm hoping to see Spain win the game. Yeah, today. And like I said, at the end of the game, whichever team that wins, also I will still celebrate because there is still Liverpool player in both teams. So.
Oh really? Liverpool player in Spain.
Yeah, Victor, our new signing, Victor Munez.
He's not
Oh,
been on That bro has not even kicked a ball in this tournament yet.
No problem. Is he a Liverpool player or not?
I think it's not yet, because when you go to the FIFA official website, the list that Spain submitted, you don't see Liverpool attached to Victor Munoz's name.
They submitted this list before the World Cup.
Does it matter?
It does, Derek.
Okay.
So I'm asking you now: is Victor Munoz a Liverpool player? Yes or no?
Well, Victor Munoz is a Liverpool player.
Good. We have McAllister also at Argentina. So either way, Liverpool fans and Yeah, Liverpool fans all over the
How
world.
can you even celebrate a player that you've not seen you've not seen play for your side?
No problem. He's still our player, Derek.
Masa.
Hmm?
Eddie.
You can only say you can't say same for you. That's why you're speaking the way you are.
Oh no. Okay, fair enough. There is no Arsenal
Hmm?
player in the Argentine team, but we have
Good.
players in the Spanish team. That
You
is
have
why
what?
I'm rooting for Spain today. Okay. That is the only reason I'm rooting for Spain. That is the only reason. All right, thank you very much, Kokutu. I'll come back to you. George,
Senior, there you go.
it's Spain against Argentina in the final. But before that, let us quickly look at some head-to-head statistics between these two teams. The total matches played 14 between these two teams. Spain have won 6, Argentina 6, so 6 wins for each, with 2 of the games ending in a draw. And in the FIFA World Cup, they've met only once in the FIFA World Cup, and that was in 1966. And that game ended 1-0 for Argentina. Argentina won that game, 1-0. And with the FIFA World Cup as a tournament, Spain, one-time champion, and
Yeah.
Argentina, two-time champions for the Argentine national team. So these are some of the key head-to-head statistics that we can see from from our YouTube. Those of us who are joining us on YouTube, you can see it. It has been displayed over there. Looking at the statistics, I think both teams have equal strength. 6 wins for each, with 2 games ending in a draw. Going into today's finals, George, are we to expect something different? We've seen Spain play from the group stages. We've seen Argentina play from the group stages, and they are meeting. Someone is saying that there's more like the finalissima, which was supposed to happen a couple of years ago, that didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
So we get to witness the finalissima. Well, there's the Mundial, Vacan's voice, Mundial. There's the World Cup final. Spain, Argentina. George.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Derek. So I think today's game is going to be a battle of every department so far as the game is concerned.
Okay.
The goalkeepers will battle out each other. The defenders, both right, left back, center backs against each other. And it's going to be more of a battle of the midfield, right? Because that is where usually the transitioning into the final third occurs. So the team that will capture the midfield easily will have a better chance of securing the title. However, if we are to look at Spain's trajectory during this particular tournament, you realize that they've just conceded 1 goal in the whole tournament, 1. And that was against Belgium in the quarterfinal. Just 1. Right? In the knockout stages, they've scored 8 goals and they conceded 1.
Okay.
Now, and they've never gone beyond the 90 minutes whistle. No. That is the threshold. They've never gone beyond 90 minutes.
For the Spanish team.
For the Spanish team.
Okay.
So they get you, they do you the Nagadus, and then you're out.
They
right?
kill you within the 90 minutes.
Yes, within the 90
No
minutes.
need for extra something.
Extra time, no extra.
If you are strong, you are strong. You don't need to stick around.
Now, if you look at the Argentine side, as I think Vincent was explaining earlier, he said something. He said they've been struggling, especially during the knockout. And it is obvious when you look at the statistical parameters. You realize that during the knockout stages, they've scored 11. And out of the 11, they've gone on extra time about, I think, twice, right? Beyond the 90 minutes. They scored 11, they've conceded 6. Now, it tells you that there is a strong defensive gap in the Argentine side.
Okay.
There's a higher tendency that in every game they'll concede, especially during the knockout stages. In every of the games they've played, they've conceded. Now, if you are going to be playing against a team that is very compact at the back, like the Spaniards, swift in midfield and ability to control the tempo and pace of the game, the Spaniards, and then quick transition and quick decision, quick combination passes up front, the Spaniards. Now, if you are an opponent and you have stronger weaknesses in your defensive setup, then I think you are just shooting yourself in the foot. That is why Vincent said earlier that if they do not know and they concede the first goal, coming back will be very difficult because the defensive compatibility of the Spaniards is very solid. It is very difficult for you to pass through even the Fabian Ruiz and then Danny Olmo and get to Rodri before you trespass Rodri and get to Emerick Laporte and that of Paul Kubasi. Before you even get to Unai Simon, it is going to be very difficult. So if they concede the first goal, then it is going to be very difficult for them to come back. However, football is a game of chance. And then a little mistake, I would say a mistake, I'll call it a blunder. If you commit a blunder, that is where individual brilliance, sets in. So if they have the Lamine Yamal, they have the Dani Olmo, the Oyarzabal, the Mayena, the Fabian Ruiz, the Marco Correa, and the likes. Defensively, they should still remain as compact as they've been right from the onset of this. Because a little blunder committed by any of these center backs, especially those on the laterals, that is, what's his name? Marco Correa on the left side, because he's going to be facing Lionel Messi. So today he needs to, buckle up. He's done that several times, yes, because this tournament has been one of the best. He's been one of the best guys for Spain in terms of defensive, abilities. Now, meeting Lionel Messi today, a player that can give both in-swing and out-swing crosses, is very difficult to stop. So personally, on paper, you realize that the Spaniards are a better team in terms of, their cohesion and then their transition into the final third as compared to that of the Argentines, where they have a weaker defensive setup because in all their knockout group stages, their knockout games against Cape Verde, against Egypt, against Switzerland, and against England, they conceded in each of these games. And then it took resilience and then some individual brilliance of Lionel Messi to pick passes at the right time for their attackers to convert them into goals. So you could see that they've been struggling, but then the resilience and then the individual brilliance of Lionel Messi has been able to, to pull them through. So in today's game, if the Argentines would want to do something unique and get the back-to-back as they wanted to do, because I'm hearing Lionel Messi definitely, I think it's time that he'll hang his boots right after this tournament. And then it will be glory to him and his fans and those that argue him as the greatest of all time, right? To get this back-to-back, because I'm on Twitter, you hear, there's this particular argument going on that somebody who did not play in the European Championship or in Europe still qualified to win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know if you've been witnessing these stories.
I've seen that, but I don't want to go to that
exactly.
Because you see,
so people are still trying to now Lionel Messi to win the Ballon d'Or.
No.
And then it's going to be very much
easier
and easier to defend if he's been, or if he wins today's game and then maybe might be crowned as the best player of the tournament, right? So this game is going to be the battle of the midfield, especially because if you look at the Spaniards, they have a Ballon d'Or winner in there, that is Rodri. They have Fabian Ruiz, and then they have Dani Olmo. As people was saying, if you watch Dani Olmo play, you ask yourself, hey, God gives some people players and he gives some people farmers. It be true. And you pay. Unless probably you don't do maybe I'm coming. Unless probably you want to downplay Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo is a brilliant player, seriously, extremely brilliant. Especially looking at the role he's playing, his link-up play with the attackers, his decision, his positioning on the field tells you that no, this guy is not just a normal player. No, his ability to read the game is up there. You get me? Now, if, as Kweku today was saying earlier, if Argentina would want to match this trio in the Spaniard midfield, then to me personally, they are supposed to go for a 4 midfield. Maybe they will push one player on the left flank. I don't know whether it's going to be Rodrigo De Paul or what's his name, Simeone. But definitely that person will be dropping into the midfield to help defend, because they do not have a typical number 6 to me in the Argentine side, whether Paredes, Alexis McAllister, or Enzo Fernandez or Rodrigo De Paul. So people are still contemplating if they are to maintain Rodrigo De Paul back into the starting lineup or they should maintain Simeone. But personally, I would shift Rodrigo De Paul into this. I will slide it into this particular game because you need more legs to match up the trio of the Spaniards. You need physicality, because if you look at the Spaniards, in terms of physique, they are not there. Because Dani Olmo is very smallish, very tiny. If you look at Rodri, and then you look at that of Fabian Ruiz, as compared to Enzo Fernandez and that of, let's say, Rodrigo De Paul, macho man, you understand? So they can only do this if they go in, first to the ball, first to the ball, first to the ball, first to the ball. Honam nka honam bonani ke oshe hana petoy, like my feel the body, you understand? That is how then they start frustrating the guys. Then it's going to be very easy. But then if you want to play tiki taka, you can't the Spaniards. It's going to be very problematic for them. So if they want to win today's game, the Takashi should be there. The Zongo style of play. First to the ball now, first to the ball now, referee. Then you keep frustrating them gradually. Then Lionel Messi can use, the individual brilliance to just get a pass into the midfield for, Julian Alvarez to finish. Because they also have, super subs. Both teams have super subs. Super subs that can change the game at any point in time. So the game today is going to be very, is going to show tactical prowess on both De La Fuente and that of Scolina, because both coaches understand the game of football right from the tournament. You could see that they know what they are doing, they know what they are about, they know the strength and weaknesses of their teams, and then they've been able to map up strategies to contain them. You understand? So today it's going to be an enjoyable game, but personally, on paper or personally, looking at the two or both sides, I think Spain is, some meters or parameters or indicators ahead of that of
that. 14. So which of the meters?
Because Danny Omonkwa is 3, Fabian Ruiz is 3, Oma is 6, and we Rodri is 10. It's I 16. Omonkwa, exactly. So let's see. But then I'll go for Spain. I'll take Spain to win this. But it's not going to be a huge goal margin though. It's going to be something very small. Either a 2-1, a 3-2, or a 1-0.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think you're going for a slim win for Spain, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That was George MP. Thank you very much, George. Felix, you are welcome. Yeah, Felix, can you hear me? No, I don't know. It seems Felix cannot hear me. Let us proceed with the show.
Derek.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Felix, you are welcome once again.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
Okay. We were just discussing the grand finale, Argentina against Spain. And Kweku today, Bosky and George, they are all going for a slim or a narrow Spain win. We've seen the journey of both teams from the group stages down to the semifinals. Spain winning against France convincingly, who were one of the pre-tournament favorites, and Argentina also edging it closer, snatching it very late against the Three Lions. Today, it's Lamine Yamal against Messi. Is it going to be the 39-year-old or the 19-year-old? Either way, it's going to be number 9.
Yeah. Derek, good afternoon to all our listeners once again. You see, let's look at the journey of these two teams coming into the final. Let's just look at the journey of these two teams coming into the final. You'd see that Spain have had a very tough journey, if you are looking at it. They've had to surmount some very, very tough hurdles before making it to the final. For instance, Spain have already played against Portugal. They've
Yeah.
also played against France, who were all tournament favorites. So
Yeah.
they've played against two of the biggest tournament favorites, and they've already cemented those hurdles. Now you look at Argentina, who've struggled against minions like Cape Verde. They've also they've been struggling. They had to come back, scrap for the win, sometimes winning at the very last minute of the match, right? Taking two of their knockout matches to extra time in matches that we've actually felt that the Argentine should win convincingly. They did not. The reason is, in the beginning of the program, in the beginning of the World Cup, you would remember that we all made analysis on the Argentine dependency on Lionel Messi. They are more
Yeah.
dependent on Lionel Messi. Almost always, they have to see or they have to wait for Lionel Messi's magic. It has to work. Lionel Messi's magic has to work before the Argentine team also works. That's the problem. When we talk about that, I remember when we spoke about that, people made an argument for the Argentine team with regards to their match against Jordan, where Lionel Messi did not start, but the Argentine team actually had a field day until he came and then scored, right? But still, Jordan is not known for its football. So if the Argentine team, whatever team they present, I'm very sure if the Argentine team is to present the under 23 team, they will still be able to play and then win against Jordan. So that win wouldn't be convincing enough to tell us that the Argentine team have done well. Their biggest win yet came against England. And even in that match, in the first half when England decided to play, it was problematic. They were not able to get their axes together in the first half. Yes, they did in the second half, but then most of the advantage that was giving them, I think, probably in my own opinion, I think it lies on the footsteps of what Thomas Tuchel, who made some very questionable calls in the match. People have also talked about the refereeing and then some certain things that have gone in favor of Argentina in some periods where the referee had to act. When it was an Argentine player, they wouldn't act. People have spoken about that. That actually puts the fear in people that this final, if it goes the way it's been going throughout this World Cup, the Argentine might win. But then I beg to differ. You see, Spain, they play this collective type of football. Yesterday I said this. They play this collective type of football. Their collectiveness in the matches that they play, collective in attack, collective in defense, makes it difficult for teams to actually have their day against them. For instance, let's pay attention or let's take a look at their match against France. Before France and then Spain played, everyone tipped France to win against Spain quite convincingly because they had Mbappe, they had Olise, they had Dembele, who is the current Ballon d'Or holder. They had all these players up front. But then what happened? Against Spain, because of the collective nature of their team, it was difficult for Olise to even play. Olise finished the match um, with the worst ratings that he's ever had, losing possession and whooping 20 times. The reason is not because Olise is a very poor player. Yesterday we saw what he can do. But the reason for what he did was because every time he had the ball, he saw the Spanish team doubling up, tripling up on him, preventing him from playing the ball that he needs or he wanted to play. Mbappe suffered the same type of loss. At some point in time, Mbappe had to shoot from distance to actually have a shot on goal. That should tell us that the Spanish team boasting the biggest or the best defensive display in this tournament will make it very difficult for the Argentine team to actually play. One place that I think they should work on. You see, people would ask, can we stop Messi? That's the problem, Derek. Can we actually stop Messi? Can Messi be stopped? That's where I think the problem lies. The problem lies with stopping Messi. They were able to stop Olise. They were able to stop Dembele from playing. They were able to stop um, Mbappe from playing. Would they be able to stop Messi from playing? And that's where, if they are able to surmount that, stop Messi from having his day, that is how I think the Spanish team would win. They should stop the passing lanes or make sure they block all passing lanes to Messi. And I think that is possible because they have a very good midfield and they have Rodri who holds everything up. Like he's like the cement in the whole midfield. He's able to connect defense to attack, and then when it's time to defend too, he's able to defend quite well. With the likes of Fabian Ruiz, and if Dani Olmo is playing today, that will bring a tough challenge to the Argentine midfield, who are very physical. They are very physical. So meeting a very technical midfield like that of the Spanish, I think today one thing that we can actually expect is that today I'm expecting a lot of cards going the Argentine way. Expecting a lot of yellow cards. Possibly, if possible, there can be a red card in this match. A penalty maybe because the Argentine team they are very physical. We saw it against England. We say that the English are physical, but the Argentine team against the English team, we saw the difference. They were more physical than the English team. For someone to actually be very physical than the English team, it has to take some doing. And we saw that against the English. So I believe they are going to go in today with their physicality, and then the Spanish team will come in with their calm, composed type of play. They are going to be more technical. At the end of the day, physicality would meet technicality. I believe there will be yellow cards, but I support my co-panelists when they say that this match might finish with a very low scoring game, just as we not as we saw yesterday, because yesterday we saw a high scoring game. I don't think I've actually seen a World Cup match record those numbers in terms of goals. The Americans would have been very proud of what they saw yesterday because
Oh
it
yeah.
mimicked the NFL. Yesterday's match mimicked the NFL, what we normally see in the NFL, right? Basketball type of scores. So it was good
Scoreline,
for
yeah.
those people who watched yesterday. But I don't think today would bring that. Today will be more like two tacticians meeting, and I don't think the Argentine team would have that type of influence they had on the game against England against the Spanish. That is what I believe.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Felix. That is what you believe. So it seems all my panelists today are saying that Spain are the clear favorite going into today's game. But then I want us to look at something. With Argentine national team, when they started the tournament, they started with Lionel Messi and Lautaro Martinez as their top two or their strikers. Now, along the way, we saw Julian Alvarez also creep into the starting 11. We all know how well the Spanish team is well drilled in and out of possession. They are very good in possession and they are very good out of possession as well. And they are set up in a way that it's very difficult, how George was saying, to break them defensively. Now, the argument is that people are saying um, Scaloni should be bold enough to play both Alvarez and Lautaro together with Messi. Others to say that it's going to disrupt, the balance of the team. In their semi-final game against England, we all saw how it went. He decided to go for Guillermo Simoni on the wings with Alexis McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, and I think one other midfielder I've forgotten, making that midfield four with Alvarez and Messi up front. But the moment that Rodrigo De Paul came in and the moment that Lautaro also came in, so at the point in time, they had both Alvarez, yeah, and Lautaro on the pitch together with Messi. And that was enough to create a difference for them. Do you think Scaloni should be bold enough to start these two together with Messi? Or you think it's going to disrupt, the flow of the Argentine national team, looking at how they prefer to, set up in a very compact way. Bosky. Yeah, Bosky, I can't hear you. I don't know if any of us can hear Bosky.
Yeah,
Hello,
I
can you
can
hear me?
hear you. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now, Bosky.
Yeah. I was saying that he's just going to maintain one of Lautaro Martinez or Julian Alvarez. He's never going to play the two, especially against this Spanish team. If
Okay.
he wanted to, he would have tried it against Cape Verde, even Egypt, but he didn't. And at this stage, it's going to be a huge risk to put those two men up front with Lionel Messi. It's going to be a really huge risk, and I don't think Scaloni is going to take that risk. He started with Lautaro.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, Julian Alvarez came in, and
Yes.
he's never left, and he's maintained that position. He's going to play either a winger or Rodrigo De Paul. And if I'm saying a winger, it's going to be Simeone, Armada, or Nicolas Gonzalez, or Rodrigo De Paul. He's never going to take that risk, especially in this final where he needs legs in midfield, and he wants his players to be compact in that midfield. I don't think he's going to do that, and especially if they have to double up on Lamine Yamal in certain parts of the game. Lautaro is a workaholic. Julian Alvarez is a workaholic, but putting them on the flanks, on the wings, I don't think Scaloni is going to take that risk. He can take that risk if they are um, they want to take a lead or if they want to equalize in the dying members of the game. But earlier on, from the onset, I doubt he's going to do that. And if he does that and they lose, they are going to go for his head, just like Thomas Tuchel. And right now, it's not a time to take certain risk. You just have to maintain your position. What you've done so far in this tournament that has been a huge success to the team, you just maintain it and see what happens. If if you want to change something, it shouldn't be the final. You should have
Okay.
done that in the round of 32, in the round of 16, or possibly in the quarterfinals. But he didn't. He just maintains Lionel Messi with another striker, which is going to be Julian Alvarez for sure. Lautaro Martinez, unfortunately, great player, but he has to start from the bench.
Okay. Okay. Lautaro Martinez, great player, but you think he has to start from the bench? John, you are Lionel Scaloni. How are you going to set up against Spain today? Your first 11.
Okay, so the first 11, I think it's not going to change that much.
Okay.
Scaloni wouldn't change that much. Yes, as compared, like, I think it's going to still maintain the same, setup that he used against England. So goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez, right back Nahuel Molina, left back Nicolas Tagliafico. Then maybe the center pair is going to be definitely Romero and then Lisandro Martinez, the butcher. Then in
Okay.
midfield, he's going to still maintain Leandro Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, and Alexis McAllister. Then up front, that is where the question is either he should still, slot Lautaro Martinez into the final game. This is a game that is not hammer time Akwe. It's going to be very difficult for him to try it here. You understand? Because you don't know the outcome of whatever decisions you take today. If it has been done before, maybe right on from the onset, then he can just give it a try. But then looking at the England game where it was getting to the latter part of the game where he needed more attackers, that
And
was
it's
why he
went
was
for
just
him.
bringing in, the guys and taking off the defenders of the midfield, then bringing in people that can score, right? But then right from the beginning of this game, I think he's still going to maintain Giuliano Simeone. But personally, I would suggest he goes for Rodrigo De Paul because of the defensive abilities that he possesses, right? So that is going to be Rodrigo De Paul on the left, but he's still going to be supporting the midfield in terms of defense, so that they can keep the midfield compact. Then you have the captain of the sideline, Andreas Messi, and then Julian Alvarez. So the only part that I'm a bit, I'm a bit contemplating is between Simeone and that of Rodrigo De Paul. It will depend, but then I'll go for Rodrigo De Paul because of the defensive capabilities. So I think it's going to be Martinez, Molina, Romero, Lisandro, Tagliafico, Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, McAllister, Lionel Messi, Alvarez, and then Rodrigo De Paul. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Felix. Yeah, Felix, are you still with us?
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah, a very quick one. when Luis de la Fuente started this tournament, he used to play a midfield of Pedri, Dani Olmo, then Rodrigo Cascante. But
Yep.
during the knockout stages, we saw Fabian Ruiz, ease into the starting 11 and Pedri being relegated to the bench. So now it's more of Pedri, sorry, it's more of Rodrigo, uh, Luis, Fabian Ruiz, and how do you call it, Dani Olmo. Did you
Yeah.
think this is one game for Pedri? Looking at how he's able to control and dictate tempos of game, or you think Fuente should stick with Fabian Ruiz for the final with his
Yeah.
experience at the highest level? A very quick one.
Yeah, Derek. Yeah, Derek. You see, let's first ask ourselves this question:
Uh-huh.
why would you want Rodri and Pedri in the same game when they both perform similar functions? Pedri and Rodri's game are similar. That's why I believe at some point in time he decided if they are going to play the same type of game, then why not put Pedri down, allow Rodri to play, right? Then we have legs in midfield with Dani Olmo and Fabian Ruiz, who will give them the legs. Pedri will give them the control.
Okay.
Fabian Ruiz, and then Dani Olmo will give them the legs in the midfield, right? So I think that is a perfect blend, right? Perfect blend of technique and then intensity in that midfield. You have
Yes.
Pedri with
Yes.
that technique, passing technique. He can defend. He can actually join. And then when the work is done, you're going to have someone in the shape of Dani Olmo who can travel with the ball. And then you see the work rate of um, Ruiz, Fabian Ruiz, is very important when you are playing a team like this. Now
Yeah.
against England, against France, he had to make sure that Fabian Ruiz was closer every time to Michael Olise, who was the main creator for the France team. And then he also made sure that he had Dani Olmo, who took most of the pressure from them when they were in trouble, who could travel with
Yeah.
the ball and then make sure that he eases the pressure of the French team. So I
Uh-huh.
believe today he goes on with that same type of team, right? With players supporting each other in the wings, also in midfield, and you would need that. And when they are close to winning, he can bring a Pedri on to partner Rodri, who would
Okay.
both go and then bring on some control in the midfield of the park or in the middle of the park for them. So I believe he starts with the same thing, and then when they are finally in control, when they are in the lead, he would bring Pedri in, who can merge with Rodri with their control nature and then control the match for them.
Okay. 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 So you're going to stick with Fabian Ruiz. Okay.
Yeah, Derek.
Yeah, I
I
said so.
didn't hear
You're
what you said.
you're going to stick with Fabian Ruiz, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Midfield.
I'll stick with
Okay.
Fabian Ruiz, Dani Olmo, and then Rodri.
Okay. 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 Lastly, Kwaku today,
Derek,
is it going to be a Yamal day or Messi day? Because what I've been hearing from the Barca fans is that it's a win-win situation for them.
yeah,
It
yeah,
goes either
yeah.
ways. Yeah, it's a win for Barca. But the funny thing is that they truly know who they want to win.
Which is
The same person you want to win. You and George.
oh,
We
actually,
know where you are.
you see,
Uh-huh.
actually, yes, yes. I love Messi. I like Messi, but I
Yes.
actually want Spain to win. Like honestly speaking, there's nothing for Messi to achieve anymore. What he
Okay.
has won the World Cup already. There is nothing for him to prove now. Do you understand? The number of World Cups he wins is not going to change whether he's the GOAT or not. Do you understand it? He has done it already, and if he wants to do it today, he will do it. But then I genuinely want Spain. Yeah, I genuinely want Spain to win today, especially with how far De La Fuente, where how far he has come, with where he picked the team from, winning Euros from Euros to the next World Cup, with how they play as a collective. They are just a joy to watch, and I would really love Lamine Yamal to win this World Cup. 19-year-old star boy of the team. I
Mm-hmm.
genuinely want him to win today.
Okay, that is Kweku today. See, he definitely wants Lami Yama to win today. So it seems if this was a boxing, but we would have said unanimous decision. Spain is winning because none of you went for Argentina. But then they are the defending champions, so you cannot rule them out. And they have Lionel Messi in their team.
Yeah.
So you cannot rule them out entirely. All right. So before we bring the show to an end, a very quick one on the local segment. But today, your darling club, Kumase Asante Kotoko, they've appointed, and you, Kwaku, today, why are you laughing?
They will say my darling club.
It's not your darling club anymore.
They are. Charlie.
Hey, so why is
Eric
funny?
Tinkler.
Eric Tinkler.
Yeah. Eric
Eric,
Tinkler.
yes, Eric Tinkler is in town. Eric Tinkler is in town. The South African, tactician is in
Yeah.
town to take over Kumasi Asante Kotoko's, head coach
Charlie.
job. I don't know how excited you are about this appointment. Do you think Tinkler is someone, to lead Kotoko to the next level? Because I watched his first press conference. He said he wants to take Kotoko back to Africa. Well, is Tinkler the right appointment?
Like I would say yes. The local coaches they've not been working for us, Derek. They've not been working for us. And you look at South Africa, the league, the coaches there. I think if you are going to compare the level of football with the level of coaching there to Ghana, it's day and night. Let's be realistic and let's be frank to ourselves, Derek. There are better managers in South Africa than in Ghana.
In Ghana. Okay.
Do you understand it? And if you are going to appoint somebody different other than the normal normal Ghanaian coaches in Ghana they've not really been working. Do you understand it? It has not really been working and all that. If there is a shot for us to give when it comes to South African coach, why not? I'm all in, and I'm pretty sure the fan base, the whole fan base of Kotoko, are in full support of the appointment, and hopefully he can take us back to Africa where we belong, and then not compete with the elites, but then that will be a start for something good, something great, a step in the right direction. So I think Tinklat, I'm in full support of him, and then I think he's the man to lead Krobia, and we are all rightly behind him, and then may God be with all of us, and hopefully it works out for him and the club as well.
Okay, hopefully it works out for us. Felix, are you excited with this appointment? Just a minute, our time is out.
His name looks like someone who can think. So, so maybe he would. I saw his resume too. He has quite a resume.
The experience,
He has the experience. He's been a footballer himself. So let's hope. I think we can only hope, because I don't believe most Ghanaians might have heard of him before. Yeah, but me actually, that was the first time I was hearing of him as a player and then as a coach. So I'm just hoping that things work out for him and then Kotoko for all our sakes.
For all our sakes. Okay, thank you very much. Bosky, a very quick one. With the appointment of Eric Tinkler, people have started speculating that Nana Yawa Mponsa is also coming back to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And unconfirmed rumors are saying that his former head of communication, David Obenasari, is back at the club. And in as much as David is back, it means that his boss is also coming back. His boss is also coming back. Bosky, do you think it would be a good move for Kumasi Asante Kotoko? Should Nana Mponsa return to the club?
Yeah, if he's coming back, I think it's quite good for the club. We saw the initiative that he brought when he was leading Asante Kotoko.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it is Kotoko a lot of politics around the team, which shouldn't be so, because Menchia should be the one dictating whatever happens to the club. But I don't know how others um, penetrate into this whole Kotokoten and make decisions. Then it influences whatever Menchia is going to do, and a whole lot, it's been a clumsy situation of Kotoko, and the woes of Kotoko goes beyond the football coach, and it's the whole management thing. And I just hope that this time around, Menchia gets their decision right, because this is 2026. Kotoko should be competing at the highest level with Sundowns and the others. But unfortunately, look at where we are now. We can't even compete with Mediama and Diana. So I just hope Tinkler is given the freedom to do his job. I just hope Menchia can also appoint a good management team. We have the board already, the board and the management. We are all looking for a better Kotoko. So I don't know why the board will be making certain decisions, the management will be making certain decisions, the coach. It's like everyone is looking at a different direction, but we all want the same thing for Kotoko. We want Kotoko to prosper. So I just hope that there's going to be that collectiveness, that togetherness between the management, the board, the playing body, and Menchia, so that we can see Kotoko prosper. That's all.
Okay. And lastly, George, there have been some, rumors that Benjamin Asare has received a lot of offers from Saudi, and Accra as a folk, as a club, they are trying to be difficult in negotiation. They are trying to be difficult, to negotiate a fee for their 32-year-old goalkeeper, whose contract is all about expiring. I don't know. What's what is saying?
Goalkeeper number one. Goalkeeper
number one. No. Benjamin Asare. Yeah, SM for life. Georgie. Why?
You see, at this particular part or point in time, I think they are just trying to be strategic, waiting for the best offer. You understand? They just don't want to rush him in signing or accepting any deal.
Who has less than a year left on his contract?
Yeah, so and you see, definitely the offers are more than one on the table. Yes, that is why they are just trying to play hide and seek. But then at the end of the day, they will he will leave before the contract expires so that they can get their share. So for that one, it's something strategic. They know what they are doing.
And your very own Kwesi Sibo too said he has received a lot of offers.
Yeah, senior midfielder.
Some from the Premiership, some from Saudi and other leagues. Where do you think Kwesi Sibo should be playing next season? With the Real Oviedo being relegated back to the second fiddle of the Spanish active football? Where do you think Kwesi Sibo should he receive or accept the offers from the Premier League? So that we get to see
the Premier League, maybe he might retire early.
How we want to see our players playing at the top level.
If he comes into the Premier League, he might retire early, because how will blast him run away? So you should go to Saudi. Uncle Saudi, Mr. Now made for the my front pass that a cost side. Senaya, Gideon Mensah, goalkeeper, Asa. There.
Kwesi Sibo to the Premiership. Which team do you think would be ideal? Ipswich, might be back Coventry, Munina, which one will you? Ipswich, Coventry, Monet.
On swing. Oh, Kwesi swing.
No, I can't hear you, please.
Uncle Saudi Arabia.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
I said, let's be realistic and honest to ourselves, Derek. Kwesi Sibo is he's just like any other player.
What do you mean by he's just like any other player? What do you mean?
Derek, he's not even a prospect. There is nothing really there. In my opinion, I think he should go to Saudi, get the money, just come make.
That's all. No pressure.
He's not the kind of player. Yes, I get it. He's a footballer. He might be passionate about it and all that, but then Derek, you need to secure the bag.
Derek, you give me 3 exceptional qualities of Kwesi Support. 3.
He
Exceptional. 3.
got the pass there.
Destroyer.
And then Castro.
Kwesi Support is a destroyer.
Oh, destroy them.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. To you, very shameful. All right, so this is where we bring the show to an end. Thank you for joining Sports Arena on NUGS-CHINA, and a very special thank you to the NUGS Executive Board, ranging from our president down to our organizer Elom, and to my able panelists George Nkweku today, Felix Mafo, Boski, of Adakwa, and Kweku Osei Edu Adjiman. Very big thank you to you guys, and to you who did the listening today. We appreciate you. Make sure you join us again, same time next week.